At approximately 3:30 p.m. this afternoon, a Wyandotte County Sheriff's deputy and several units with the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department were at an address in the area of Shawnee Drive and South 30th Street for a call for service. Once at the residence, our deputy and the KCK PD officers were fired upon, and our deputy was wounded. As a result of his injuries, Deputy Elijah Ming was killed from the injuries he received from the gunfire. The suspect was taken into custody following the shooting. Deputy Ming worked for the sheriff's office for almost 9 years and was a loved member of this agency. Deputy Ming gave his life serving Wyandotte County and all of its residents. I would ask that everyone be respectful of Deputy Ming's family during this time and give them an opportunity to grieve privately. I would also ask for prayer for his family, the members of the Wyandotte County Sheriff's Office, and this community as we navigate this tragedy. I would like to thank the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department and the Kansas City, Kansas Fire Department and all the other agencies that assisted with this horrible tragedy today. Currently, the investigation is being handled by the Kansas Bureau of Investigations, and all questions about the investigation or the prosecution of this suspect will need to be directed to either the KBI or the Wyandotte County District Attorney's Office. At this time, I'd like to introduce Mayor Garner.
Thank you, Sheriff. Today is a tough day for many of us here in Wyandotte County. The good people in our community have already begun to show their love and support for the Wyandotte County Sheriff's Department, the Ming family, and more importantly, our fallen deputy. We're going to honor the memory of our fallen deputy by standing in complete solidarity with his family, our law enforcement professionals who continue at this moment to put their lives on the line every single day. I navigated through similar senseless murders of our Wyandotte County law enforcement professionals during my decades of service on the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department. Today was not a good day in Wyandotte County. A day that involved another incident of senseless, unnecessary violence and the taking of a life of an individual doing his job in the service of our community. I met with Deputy Elijah Ming's wife and some of his family members at the hospital earlier. As the mayor's words are so hard to find. There are no words or comfort that can ever ease the pain of losing someone you love to senseless violence. To say that today has been the hardest day for me as the mayor of Kansas City, Kansas Unified Government is an understatement. This is truly a painful moment for Wyandotte County, an extremely painful moment for our community. Our hearts go out to Deputy Ming's family, the Wyandotte County Sheriff's Department, and all our law enforcement professionals, as well as the men and women of the Kansas City, Kansas Fire Department. Public safety professionals who wear the same uniform that I wore. I know firsthand the dangers of the profession. These dangers are ever present and couldn't have been even more real today. As we all navigate through this senseless, unnecessary tragedy, I want the criminal element that's in sight and sound of my voice, and all those who entertain crime and violence anywhere in Wyandotte County, please make no mistake or misconceptions about our law enforcement professionals. They are resilient, and trust me, they will not be intimidated or discouraged in their service to our great community in Wyandotte County. I urge everyone to support the good men and women of law enforcement who work 24/7 to keep our community safe. To the Ming family, friends, colleagues, Sheriff Soptic, the entire Wyandotte County Sheriff's Department, on behalf of all the great people here in Wyandotte County, we send our deepest sympathies, sincere condolences, and please know that thoughts and prayers of countless people near and far are with you. In closing, I want to encourage our law enforcement professionals to please know that no matter what you may hear, this community loves you. We sincerely appreciate you, we respect you, and we value your service to our great community. May God comfort the Ming family, our Sheriff's Department, and any and everyone that calls Kansas City, Kansas, but more importantly, Wyandotte County home. I'll now turn it over to the Kansas City, Kansas Police Chief, Mr. Carl Oakland.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First thing, I want to send a sympathy and condolences to the Ming family. I got the opportunity to meet many of them today, and we understand your pain, and we're here with you, and to continue to offer our support to the Wyandotte County Sheriff's Department, including Sheriff Soptic. Let's be mindful and stay in prayer for Sheriff Soptic, as there's a lot of work that needs to be done in the following days, and the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department, as well as Kansas City, Kansas Fire Department, will be there by his side to offer whatever support that we can offer. And we just want to continue to be in prayer for those deputies, as well as those officers that were at that scene, as well as fire personnel. That is something that takes a long time to get out of your vision when you see a fellow officer down, suffering from an incident like this. So keep them in your prayers, as the road will be tough ahead, and we just continue to need the support from the community. And as far as the sheriff touched on it, the investigation, the KBI will be handling every aspect of that investigation. They are still on the scene now, so just for those who live in the area, we will continue to be working and processing that scene for several hours to come. But thank you for all the community support, and we just ask that you continue to be in prayer for the Wyandotte County Sheriff's Department. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
A tragic update out of Wyandotte County tonight. We know Deputy Elijah Ming has died following a shooting earlier this afternoon. Now we have reaction from neighbors, and we'll have a full report from the courthouse tonight coming up in just a few minutes here for our news at 10. We'll see you then. Welcome back to the live desk. I'm Katie Bird. If you're just now joining us, we just heard a press conference in updates after a Wyandotte County Sheriff's deputy was shot, and Officials have confirmed that he has died as a result of his injuries. In this press conference, we heard from multiple leaders and city officials. We found out that the fallen deputy is Elijah Ming. He had served 9 years with the Wyandotte County Sheriff's Department. We hear that he has left behind a wife and many family members as they are mourning his death. Now, we did hear from the mayor of Kansas City, Kansas, Tyrone Gardner. He spoke on the fallen officer and says that, of course, he stands in solidarity during this difficult time. He also said, and quote, that today was not a good day in Wyandotte County, and it's a very painful moment for the community. And next, we also heard from the Kansas City, Kansas Police Chief Carl Oakman. He offers his sympathy and condolences to the family and the entire community after suffering the loss of an officer. He also said that the Kansas Bureau of Investigation is handling the investigation and is still on scene. Now, Kansas City, Kansas Police Chief Carl Oakman said that they will be on the scene throughout the night, most likely for many more hours. Now, if you're just now joining us, I want to go ahead and direct you now to the KCTV5 website, where I'm going to give you a rundown of the chain of events leading up to this deputy's death this afternoon. If you take a look at your screen here, we know that approximately at 3:45 p.m. this afternoon, the Kansas City, Kansas police did respond to a shooting in the area of South 30th and Shawnee Drive. We have an embedded map here in case you are familiar with the area. I'll zoom out just a little bit here. This is right outside of the area of Maple Hill Cemetery, where the Kansas City, Kansas police did respond this afternoon to a shooting. Now, in an earlier press conference, we learned that the initial incident started as a domestic dispute. Chief Oakman said that a person was moving out of a home and a confrontation took place. The Wyandotte County Sheriff's deputy responded to the scene and was shot by the alleged suspect. Now, it is important to note we do not yet have confirmation on the suspect's identity, but make sure that you have the KCTV5 app downloaded with push notifications on so you can stay up to date with this breaking story with updates as we receive it right here in our newsroom. I'm going to go ahead and take you back now to this web story as we have more information for you guys. We have multiple reporters and photographers that have been working tirelessly on this incident for hours. Here is a picture that one of our photographers took. This is at the area again of South 30th and Shawnee Drive in Kansas City, Kansas, Wyandotte County. Now, after exchanging gunfire with law enforcement, including the Kansas City, Kansas police, the suspect, we do not yet have his identity, the suspect barricaded himself inside the home for 2 hours, but police were able to get the suspect out and take him into custody. Now, the suspect was shot in the altercation, but is alive and stable, and this is according to the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department. Now, this, of course, is an ongoing investigation, so make sure that you tune in to KCTV5 News at 10 p.m. as we have multiple reporters who have talked to eyewitnesses and locals living in the area that this officer involved shooting took place. Now, I want to go ahead and recap this press conference once again. If you're just now joining us, we do have about 6 minutes until KCTV5 News at 10, where you will hear from multiple reporters in the area as well as live updates. But I am going to go ahead and recap this press conference
for you now. So what we know is that an officer was shot and later died of his injuries at Shawnee Drive in South 30th Street, and the deputy sheriff was identified in this press conference just about 15 minutes ago. Now, he was identified as Elijah Ming. He had worked for the Wyandotte County Sheriff's Department for 9 years, and he leaves behind a wife and many family members who are mourning the death of him tonight. Now, the Wyandotte County Sheriff's Department, along with the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department, has confirmed that a suspect is in custody, but we do not yet know his identity. And again, make sure to stay up to date on our social media platforms as well as the KCTV5 news app so you can stay up to date whenever we do receive that information. Now, the Wyandotte County Sheriff's Office is asking for prayers during this difficult time. We also heard from Mayor Tyrone Gardner of Kansas City, Kansas. He spoke on the fallen officer, saying that their department and the entire community stands in solidarity with the fallen officers, family members, and loved ones that he left behind. Tyrone Gardner was quoted saying today was not a good day in Wyandotte County. He also went on to say how it is a very painful moment for the community. Now, Elijah does leave behind a wife, and we also have many people in the comments on this stream right now saying that they knew Elijah or his family and wishing his family comfort during this very difficult time. Now, we also heard again from the Kansas City, Kansas Police Chief Carl Oakman. He said that the Kansas Bureau of Investigation is handling this and is still on scene. Police Chief Oakman does anticipate that the Kansas Bureau of Investigation will be on the scene for many hours into the night and possibly even the early morning as they piece together what happened leading up to this incident. Again, we do have one person in custody after a Wyandotte County Sheriff's deputy was shot and killed. And one more time, in case you're just now joining us, I'm going to go ahead and direct you to our web story where you will be able to find live updates throughout the evening and into the coming days on this incident. Go ahead and take a look at your screen. If you're just now joining us at approximately 3:45 p.m. on Saturday, July 26th, Kansas City, Kansas Police responded to a shooting in the area of South 30th and Shawnee Drive. We have a map for those of you who may be familiar with the area. This is near the Maple Hill Cemetery. It is just south of that where the incident took place. The initial incident, again, started as a domestic dispute, and we do have photos and we will have much more footage coming in tonight of the scene. You can see multiple police and deputy vehicles along with community members and police and sheriffs as well. So after exchanging gunfire with law enforcement, according to the Kansas City, Kansas Police, a suspect barricaded himself inside a home in this area for 2 hours, and police were able to get the suspect out and take him into custody. Now, this suspect was shot in the altercation but is alive and stable according to police. Now, we do have just a couple minutes left until KCTV5 News at 10. You will hear from our reporters Ryan Hennessy and Chandler Watkins as they are in the area reporting on this deputy fallen after the shooting that happened just this afternoon. We have been reporting with updates on this incident since about 4 p.m. when the news just broke that a law enforcement officer was shot. And I want to encourage you to download the KCTV5 News app and turn on those push notifications so you can stay up to date on this story as we receive the breaking news right here in our newsroom. I'm going to go ahead and get off of this stream now as KCTV5 News is about to start. But again, thank you so much for tuning in and have a great evening, everyone.